Only one group dares to challenge this intergalactic threat, the Super Friends.
Hey everybody, Rez the Collector here with another action figure review. Today we're taking a look at one of my newest pickups, the Reverse Flash Professor Zoom from DCUC Wave 20. He is figure number 7. I've already obviously got him out of package, but I haven't thrown the packaging away yet so that we can take a look at it. Not really no reason to look at the front because it's just standard packaging. But on the back, we've obviously got where it says Reverse Flash. And then, and I apologize for the shakiness of this, gives us some statistics regarding the character. His first appearance, his real name, his occupation. So if you'd like to go ahead and read that, please feel free to pause. One other bit of information here is just a little biography on him. Again, if you'd like to read that, go ahead and pause. Then, of course, it gives us a picture of the character himself, Professor Zoom, as I prefer to think of him. And that's about all we really need to see on the packaging. So let me grab the figure again. Now, as most of you know, from probably just looking at my collection, I am not big on villains. I don't really collect villains. I don't have a lot of them. And most of the ones I do have came from lots or are basically evil versions of characters, which is what this is. I'm a big fan of evil counterparts, such as Reverse Flash or Superman's many. He's got, of course, Bizarro. He also has Ultraman, and any number of evil versions of Superman. Same with Batman. He has Owlman. Wonder Woman has Superwoman, Power Ring, as well as Sinestro for Green Lantern. And out of all of those, the only one I actually don't own is I don't have a Sinestro. I have a Sinestro Corpse, Scarecrow, but not an actual Sinestro himself. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not a big collector of villains, unless it is one of these reverse type of characters, and then I will definitely pick that up. Now, out of the reverse characters, besides, say, Bizarro or Ultraman, Reverse Flash or Professor Zoom was my favorite of the reverse characters, because he was the Reverse Flash. I mean, the only way he could be a full reverse is if he ran in slow motion. Now, what he was is he was from the future, and he was idolizing Barry Allen, the Silver Age Flash, the second guy to bear the name. And he decided to recreate the accident that gave Barry his powers, and he got speed powers. He even had surgery to look like Barry Allen. And then he went back in time, and that messed with his brain. That's basically the biography on the back of the box, but ended up becoming one of Barry's worst nightmares. He actually murdered Barry's wife, Iris, back in the old Silver Age comics before Barry died. I went through phases when I was younger in collecting comic books. There was always Superman comics. I'd always pick up something Superman, but I went through phases where I wouldn't buy. I'd get Superman, and then I'd get like one other character. And one of the longest runs I had was Flash comics, because Flash comics is one of those kind of like Green Lantern, where a lot of times you get a secondary story. I mean, it happens sometimes in Superman and Batman books, but for the most part in Superman and Batman, it was a complete Superman or Batman story. In some of the second-tier characters in DC, such as Green Lantern and Flash, those that are right below the Holy Trinity, you got a lot of secondary stories. Green Lantern, Green Arrow, that was a huge run. Flash and Firestorm was another one. I liked Firestorm a lot too. But I was big into Flash, and I always looked for comics that either had Kid Flash or Professor Zoom, because I always liked that second speeder aspect. I liked the playoff of Flash and Kid Flash between Barry and Wally, and then I always loved the battles between Flash and Zoom, and especially the whole Iris storyline, because it became so personal, and Flash ended up killing Zoom, I want to say, by snapping his neck. But of course, everything has been reconned and redone and re-everythinged, and since then, so those storylines no longer matter, but they're still beloved comic books. I can't get to my comics right now, even though they're sitting right next to me. I've got one of my display cases blocking them, but it makes me want to get my comics out and start reading some of my old Flash comics. But enough backstory about me. I know you guys really don't care. But basically, that's why I picked this guy up. I do have a small Flash collection of figures, and it felt incomplete without some version of Professor Zoom. And I love the costume. I love the complete reversal. You know, the black circle instead of the white, the red lightning bolt instead of the yellow costume instead of the red, so forth and so on. I'm not sure what the little rod thing here is. It's been a long time since I've read my comics. I'm sure it's probably somewhere in the comics. But yeah, not sure what that is. But as you can see, it is basically just a DCUC Flash repainted to be Professor Zoom. Of course, has a standard DCUC body on him. The paint job on him is fairly nice. There is some discoloring on the thigh areas where it's a slightly different yellow than the rest of the body. Again, on the arms in places, there's some discoloring. But that's fine. I mean, it's not the worst QC I've ever run into, trust me. Of course, he has the normal DCUC articulation. He does have a ball-jointed head, so we can get a good look around. It doesn't have a whole lot of movement, but it is there. Of course, we have ball-jointed shoulders, elbows, bicep, and wrist. And then, of course, we've got the ab crunch as well as the ab swivel. We've got standard Mattel legs that go back, or out to the side, and then back, forward. We do have a mid-thigh rotation, as well as, of course, knee. And he does have some very, actually, nice ankle rockers. They're very tight. One thing I do love about DCUC, now I love the DC collectibles are direct, because they're so statuesque and such nice representations. But I like the DCUC just for the posability factor, that you can get these things into such nice posing looks. Now, I actually don't have a DCUC Flash, but I do. I've got the Blue Lantern Flash, but I don't have a standard DCUC Flash, which is something I may pick up someday. Honestly, the Flash I would like to get would be the Signature Selection Wally. I mean, because I have plenty of Barry, and honestly, a lot of the costumes that they have in here look like Wally's. Like the New 52 looks like Wally's costume, with, of course, the armor lines aren't there. But I've got another figure that may actually be Wally. It's kind of hard to tell because it's got like Barry's mask, but Wally's belt. So kind of hard to tell, but I would really like to get that signature Wally West at some point. But I know that goes for quite a bit of money, so I don't know that I'll ever be able to pick that up. If I'm going to spend a decent amount of money, it's going to be for a Superman figure, honestly. But I've got him in the case, of course, and I think I just posted some pictures to Facebook. But definitely, he's an awesome figure, awesome addition to any Flash collection, awesome addition to any collection, DC, DCUC, whatever you've got going on there. He is great to have. I'm very happy I was able to pick him up. I got him off of Amazon, and I got a decent price on him, so very happy to pick him up. Of course, he does come with a Collect and Connect piece, the Necron leg. And I am not going to be building Necron. I have already got that listed on eBay because out of the figures that are left, I would probably pick up maybe the White Flash, because I've got the blue, and I've also got the Black Lantern DC Direct and the Sinestro. The other figures, maybe I'd get Green Arrow, but I don't want Red Arrow. I definitely don't want Hawk or Dove. So there's no way I'm going to be building Necron. I'm not going to piece him out, try and get the pieces off of eBay. I have no interest in doing that. So his leg is up on eBay. It's the left leg. So if you need Necron's left leg, it's on eBay. But that's going to go ahead and do it for this review. Of course, this is Rez the Collector, and we were taking a look at the Reverse Flash from the DCUC Wave 20. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. I, of course, want to thank you for watching, and you have a very nice day.